Without further ado, welcome back everyone to Romantasy Readers Podcast. We are official. We have a name. My name is
And a logo.
My name is Nicole. I'm from Book Loverholic, and I'm here with the wonderful, talented, and amazing Ali from Ali Cats and Books. How are
Hello,
you, Ali?
everyone. I'm doing so well this week. I'm so excited to be recording. It feels so official. This is our third episode to be recording. It's amazing.
I know. And this whole week, I've just been trying to get my head around how to actually film a podcast, how to edit a podcast, how to connect a microphone. It's been a steep learning curve. Like I'm a reader. Like we know I'm not exactly tech savvy. So this has
Me
been
neither.
a huge
If you guys
change.
can hear me better this week, it's because not only did I remember to plug in my microphone, but I also told the computer to use the microphone as the sound. So it's taken us a couple episodes to nail everything down, but hopefully this week's episode is just gonna be so techy and perfect.
Exactly. So smooth. We're going to have, guys, for starters, this is going to be a special edition episode today. We are fan casting fourth week. It's going to be so exciting. We have spent all week going, it's been a tough slog, right? Trying to go through all these gorgeous actors, all these people.
So hard. It's just been really, really hard to look up pictures of hot men online. It's just been hard for me. And many of my fan casts are Australian. And I don't know what that means.
What can I say? We just have, Chris Hemsworths on every corner here in Australia.
Basically, that's
everywhere.
basically what it is. It's just another version of Chris Hemsworth's throughout my fan casting here.
I can tell you, not everyone in Australia are gorgeous actors, but for some reason, there are quite a few there. And I have to admit, when you gave that away, a few of mine are Australian as well. So it is going to be very interesting, very exciting. It is going to get pretty hot and sweaty in here, particularly for me, because for all of you that know, it is summer in Australia now, and it is 37 degrees Celsius today, which is about 96, 97 Fahrenheit for the Americans that are listening. So hot guys plus hot, humid weather. Wow.
Thankfully for me, I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah, and it's really cold here today. So I'm in my sweater, Nicole's in her tank top. I have some cool weather to help me as we talk about these hot guys.
If you overheat, Ali, you can just go jump into that snow and
Jump into the snow. Yeah.
All right. So before we jump into that, we're going to do a little segment that we normally do, that we go over what we've been doing this week, what we've been reading, and what we're excited about. So, Ali, what have you been up to this week?
Yeah, I started a new just a new book. It's the first one in a series. It's called The Road of Bones.
Okay.
It's a romantasy book based on like Icelandic culture, which is really cool.
Aww.
I went to Iceland last year in 2022 for my 3-year wedding anniversary and really enjoyed it. And so it's been really fun because there's like things about the book that I remember from my time in Iceland. So it's okay so far. I'm like halfway through. I'm not,
Is it a bit,
it's just okay.
Is it a bit Viking-y? Is it like
A little Viking-y, yeah. I wish there was more of that, to be honest. The main character is traveling with a band of warriors, as they do, and it's really confusing because there's like 2 potential love interests.
Oh.
And I don't know what's gonna happen. And one of them is blonde and one of them is brunette. And so I'm like, well, they're
tough choice.
I know. I'm like, what is gonna happen? So one of them is like blonde hair and blue eyes, and the other one is like brunette and dark eyes, and I don't know which one I want.
I'm always about tall, dark, and handsome. Like
I mean, I kind of am too. I kind of am too.
It's always the way they go. Like, I can appreciate some blonde boys, but for me, it's always tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah. So maybe
I
stay
know.
tuned. Maybe next week I'll tell you what happens.
Uh,
What are you reading? You've had a much more interesting reading week than
Yes,
me.
well, thanks to your amazing recommendation to get onto the Plated Prisoner series. So, guys, if you
Yes.
haven't seen my Instagram, I set myself a bit of a challenge this week because the new Plated Prisoner, the final fifth book, is coming out. Gold, is it the final one?
No, it was supposed to be the final one, and then she was like, I couldn't wrap it up. So it's now the second to last one.
I'm so
I know.
happy. I'm so happy to hear that because,
Yeah,
guys,
it's good. It's good. It's like you don't want to have to deal with another cliffhanger, but also you want everything to continue for more books. So,
these books are amazing. This has been
oh,
the
I'm so
best
happy you like
coming
them.
off Iron Flame. Like, I thought I was setting myself a challenging task, right? I was like, oh my gosh, I've got 11 days to read 4 books. How am I going to do this? I've been reading a bit slow lately. Don't know how I'm going to go. I am on the 4th book. I have drilled through them in about 5-6 days. Like,
So I think you've read like almost a book a day at this point. You're averaging like maybe 3/4 of a book a day.
the slow burn, like seriously, the whole
Yes.
first 2 books, slow burn. And the
Over.
main MMC, which like I won't give anything away for people who haven't read it, but so it's the Plated Prisoner series, starts off with Guild. I read these books in about a day and a half. So I read the first one in a
Yeah.
day and a half, second one in a day and a half, third one, it's a lot chunkier. It was maybe 2 days, but I was up till 2 a.m. And then I slept for about 4 hours, woke up at 6:30 and was like, I could be reading right now. Like, who
I
needs
love
sleep?
it.
I need to know what happens. Like, I am dying here. I am so invested in these characters, so invested in this relationship. I need this to work out. So yeah, for anyone that doesn't know these books, a little bit Akatari. We've got, sort of different kind of there's like six or potentially 7 kingdoms
Yeah.
of this realm. We've got people that have magic. We've kind of got it's got like a King Midas kind of spin-off, and main
Yeah.
character, she's all gold. Like, she's been touched with gold, and she maybe has a few more magics than everyone's letting on, but it is.
Yeah.
And then, yes, I mean, I predicted what was potentially going to happen, and then I just loved every single minute of it. So
I'm so glad to hear that. I read them in I think September or so and just inhaled them and loved them. And I am so excited for book 5. I'm going to finish the book I'm reading because I like to finish the books I'm reading before I start new books. So I'll probably try and finish that book, today, tomorrow, and then we'll start Gold on Saturday. And I cannot wait.
I see that it's already out on Kindle. Gold.
Yes, it came out today in the US. Your release date in Australia might be a couple days later, but it
As
came out today
always.
in the US. At
Mm-hmm.
least on Kindle. I don't know if it's out. Like, I don't know if you can order the book. I'm probably just I read everything on Kindle and then just buy my trophy books from my bookshelf. So I'm gonna get it on Kindle, read it, and then I'll go get my really pretty fancy hard copy.
100% agree. I can't wait. Like, I have to have it as soon as it's available, like the books that I'm obsessed with. So 100% I get them on my Kindle or I'm Kobo, a little bit,
Yeah.
cheaper. But and then yeah, I 100% too. I buy my trophies, or I'm just starting to build my trophy set. Like, it's in the works. It's in the works, but
Yeah.
very excited. So thank you so much for suggesting that. So yeah, for anyone needing a great fantasy romance read, the Plated Prisoner series starts with Guild. The new 5th book, Gold, is coming out. Well, it's out today in the US, but for us Australians, you're going to have to wait till the 12th. But we're super excited. And without further ado, let's jump into today's special edition of Fancasting for 4th Wing.
Woo! I'm so excited. Where do we even want to start? I think we had originally said that this was going to be a little mini episode, like 15, 20 minutes. And buckle up, listeners, because I fan casted almost every role, almost every character. And I have multiple people for many, many of them. So I think this is going to be a long episode, but I hope you love it.
I hope you do too. I'm so excited, and I just kept adding people. Like, I kept being like, I'm gonna cut this down, and then I'd be like, oh, there's that actor there. They would be great for this. And then, do I want an old character or a young actor? Oh, it just went forever. But yes, super exciting. Let's see how long we go for, but we will get started. So sorry guys, we're not gonna give you Violet and Xaden until the very end. So you just hold your horses. No, no,
Just
we will
like
get
reading
there.
Iron Flame, you gotta wait. It's a slow burn here
That's right.
on
We are
Romantic
all
Readings
about the slow
Podcast.
burn in this series. So
Yeah.
let's start with the first person I've got on my list is Colonel Aetos.
Okay, I have someone for him.
Awesome.
So why don't I'll start mine and then you can tell me yours and maybe we'll have similar ones. Maybe we won't, and we'll go from there.
And we'll keep our phones handy so that if we need to actually Google anyone, if we've got any actors that we don't know, so we can look them up. We will share photos with you guys so you guys can see who we're picking. But
Yes.
yeah, we may need to jump on and be like, who is that?
Who
All
is
right.
that? Yeah. Okay, so my Colonel Aetos, I only have one for Colonel Aetos. I picked Murray Bartlett.
Oh,
So I don't know if you watched The Last of Us on HBO.
yes.
He
Yes.
plays the husband of Nick Offerman. So in that one kind of one-off episode where
Yeah.
it's a couple, he plays like the tall, kind of skinnier guy.
Oh,
And I don't know, he's got like a nice like silver fox look. And
yes.
I really look at him and I think he could look both charming, but he could also pull off like a little bit of evil in case
Yeah.
that in
Yeah.
case that happens to
Nice.
be important in
Mm-hmm.
the books.
Mm-hmm.
So that's mine.
Okay, I love it. All right, I have chosen Sean Bean. So
Oh, love that. I love that. That's so
from
good.
Game of Thrones, first
Yes.
season. He's someone that obviously, we've seen in Lord of the Rings that he can play a character
Mhm.
that goes from good to bad. So I feel
Yes.
like, and he's sort of that ideal older age. Loved him in Game of Thrones. Like, I think that he would make an amazing Colonel Aetos.
I love it. And we both kind of like we went for similar vibes, I think, even though
100%.
yeah, I love that. I love like finding out if we went for similar vibes.
I know. Yeah, definitely. No. We've definitely got amazing taste, Ali. So we have chosen like literally
Oh well.
Amazon don't even need, like, by the end of today, they can just grab this podcast and they are just gonna have who they need for this.
Their whole list, yeah,
They're
for the
just
show.
ready to go.
Absolutely.
Done. Boom.
Absolutely.
All right. The next person I've got on my list is Violet's mum, Lilith
Okay.
Sorrengail.
Okay, I have one person on my list for her. So since you go first this time.
Okay. I went with, and this actor's maybe a little bit young, but she is getting older. So I feel like she could fall into this. Olivia Wilde.
Oh, okay. I love her. I
know.
really love her.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's gorgeous. And you would almost be like, could she be Violet? But well, no, she's my age. She's like reaching 40. And so she could kind of be a mum. I feel like she's someone that she would sort of match that look of Violet. She could really pull off like a strong character. And I feel like she's probably getting into that age group where she could kind of really play the mum and kind of play that
Yeah.
tough mum, soldier army mum. Yeah, I just felt like she would be great in that role. All right, who did you pick,
Yes.
Ali?
I only could think of one person, and it was like anytime I tried to think of anyone else, I was just like, could not. This is the only person in my mind who could do this, and that's Julianne Moore. And I know she doesn't necessarily have the look of Violet, but I just feel like she can pull off mom and like badass army general so well. So that is my pick for General
100%. Did she
Sorrengail.
play a similar role in like Divergent or one of those?
No, in Divergent, I think you're thinking of Kate Winslet. That's who was in
Maybe.
Divergent. But
Yeah.
same kind of vibe still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Julianne Moore is an amazing female actor. I would love her. She would play an
Yeah. I mean,
amazing
this is ideal fan casting, right? Like, is Julianne Moore gonna agree to be in this TV show? No. Do I care? No, that's my fan cast.
Exactly. That's exactly it, isn't it? It's like, bad luck, guys. I mean, I'm sorry that you're an A-list actor and we're putting you in like a small side role, but
Yeah.
just to have an opportunity to be on this show will be amazing. So
Yeah.
you just need to
Yeah.
say yes and say, sign me up for any role, whatever we suggest.
Yes, agreed.
So the next person I have on my list is Mira, Violet's sister. Did you
Okay.
have someone in mind for her?
I have 5 people for Mira.
Five.
I can give you my like top one. But I just kept thinking of people who could play Mira. I think like Mira is a character that I really, really like and I want to see more of in future
Yeah.
books.
Okay.
And I just kept thinking of great people.
That's all right. We're here to support you. All right. Tell us who the
Okay.
five are, or at least
Okay,
the
so
top
I'm
three.
gonna go. So the first one that I have is Jenna Coleman. She
Okay.
is a companion on Doctor Who. I don't know if she's been in
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
else,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
she's got like, brunette hair, kind of
I
short.
know
I
her.
feel like she would match an actress who maybe would play Violet.
Hmm.
Then I have Molly Gordon, who is in the movie The Theater Camp, and she's in The Bear, if you watch that TV show.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Also a brunette, also, kind of petite. And then, and then the next two are like, no way would they ever do this, but who cares? Florence Pugh.
Oh,
Florence Pugh. I can just imagine her being, this like intense dragon rider. And
yes.
then I have Zendaya. Uh,
Yes.
I think that would be a good one. And then
Amazing.
my top choice. Okay, my top choice.
Mhm.
And I will tell you when we talk about Violet why this is my top choice. I mean, it's because they look alike, but my top choice is Mila Kunis.
Ooh, I love Mila Kunis. That'll be amazing. Wait, now you've said something that has thrown me a little bit though, because isn't Mira tall? Because isn't it like that the whole family's tall except for Violet because of her condition?
Oh, I don't
So,
know
because
if I
I
maybe I
very,
just assumed, that like Mira was also,
yeah,
kind of
no, I've actually
petite. But
picked
no,
someone.
you're so right. It totally makes sense. But Mila
That's okay
Kunis is
though.
tall, so I think that would work.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure, and guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the whole family's tall, but Violet was very small because of her condition. So I believe, so I have gone based on I've actually gone for tall actors. I've gone, right, everyone's got to be
Okay,
tall and big and strong to be, dragon riders, except for
of
petite little
course.
Violet.
Yeah, yeah.
But in saying that, I
But yeah,
totally
that
love
works. Okay,
Mila
who do
Kunis.
you have for Mira?
I just picked one. But I feel like it's a really good one. Karen Gillan, who is
Oh my
also,
God. I love Karen Gillan. I have her for something else on here. I won't spoil it. So
oh
we'll have to
no,
compare. But I love Karen Gillan
yeah,
for
she is
she would be
amazing.
really good.
Also from Doctor Who, also
Hmm.
from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Galaxy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And
And
that, she can really do action, right? Like Guardians of the Galaxy kind of proves that. And I
yes,
feel like
yes.
this character would be in a lot of action scenes.
Exactly. And I also feel she does comedy amazingly as well. Like,
Yeah.
like Jumanji, she is also such a funny actress. She's 5'10". She's a really tall actress and she's
She's
great in
tall.
that she's sort of physical and strong. And I just feel like she'd play an amazing Mira. So that is who
Yeah.
I picked.
Love it. I love that.
Okay. Next one on my list is, now we're going into villain territory, the Sage.
I'm so excited. You go first. I have two for this one.
I started with two because I had one young and one older. And then I kind of rethought about it and I thought, they're probably older. We're talking A-list celebrities here, guys. It's like nothing but the top right here. Okay, so the main one I've got, which is my older actor, is Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, great villain
I mean, his
actor.
acting is just like Michael would just do, like whatever you put him in, he will be amazing.
He
He
will
is
kill it.
just
Yeah.
like the ultimate method actor. He would be an amazing
Hmm.
villain. I would
Hmm.
love to see what he would do with the Sage, like what
Yeah,
he
and
would
I
do.
would be so interested in the Sage and in that character, even if I didn't know anything about it, because of Michael Fassbender
Yes, yes.
in that role. Yes.
So yeah, so the other actor I picked, which was younger, but I'm kind of now thinking, oh, would they actually be young? I mean, because I thought, does the Sage
We don't
actually
really
age
know.
or not? But I had also Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, he would be good.
We
Yeah, he
haven't
would be good.
we haven't seen him do an evil character yet, but I bet
No.
he would do an amazing job of it. So that's why
Yeah.
I would love to see him as well.
And it would be cool to see him transformed, and like not be super hot, right? Like maybe have to have like
Bangs
silver
and
hair and play a not attractive person, but he would still be
I know. But he's got like those eyes and those chisel features. Like I bet he would look sensational in like evil
Mhm.
sage costume.
Yes, yeah.
So who's
I have two. The first, and both of mine are older. I like did not consider young people. It didn't even cross my mind to think of somebody younger for that. So
yeah.
the first one is Rufus Sewell.
Ooh,
He's in so many things. It's like hard to even pick something that he's been in. But if you look him up, you'll know exactly who he is. He has
yeah.
like a very, chiseled face.
Yes.
and very piercing eyes, which I think would be really helpful for
Mm-hmm.
the Sage. And then my second one is Richard Coyle, and he plays,
Ooh.
I don't know if you watched the new version of Sabrina, the Teenage Witch
No,
on
I haven't.
Netflix. Okay, he plays like a villain there,
Yes.
like Father Faustus, I think is his name, or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Or and he plays Aberforth, Dumbledore in Fantastic Beasts. But he also has like a very kind of chiseled look,
Yes.
piercing eyes. So those are my two
Yes.
for the
I
Sage.
love it. I love it. Oh, so many good options. No, I think that's great. And as you said, like I think them being a little bit older, I think that's definitely going to be more, even if he's not aging, we don't actually know how old the Sage is. He could be
No, we
50,
don't.
he could be 500. We're still figuring that out.
He could
So
be 500 and look like he's 18. Who knows?
exactly, exactly. We don't know enough yet about the magic to actually know. All right. So next person on my list is Jynnia.
Oh, I think that I initially was going to have Jenna Coleman as Jacinia, and then I like added her to Mira, but I forgot to go back and find someone else for Jacinia. So Jenna Coleman is my Jacinia.
Well, you did pick 5 there, so I'm kind of the
Yeah,
same.
yeah,
Sometimes I was back and forthing, and I'm like seriously,
I
between
know.
Dane, Xaden, and Ridoc, like I was just back and
Right.
forthing all over the place. So totally get that. Jenna Coleman would be amazing. I love her because we don't know a lot about Jacinia's looks, but we kind of know she's maybe brunette, brown eyes.
That's kind of how I always envisioned her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I have gone kind of sticking to some relationships here, but Alicia Vikander.
I don't know who
So,
that is.
so Michael Fassbender's partner, she played
Oh,
Lara Croft Tomb Raider, like the newer one.
okay, gotcha.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so she's got those looks. You know what? She's in so much stuff, but she's not like a loud kind of, she's beautiful, but she's not like a loud look. She's sort of more just demure, and she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous and a great actress. Really, really
Yeah.
talented. So I
Yeah.
would love to see her as Jynnia.
That'd be perfect.
Amazing. All right. So next I have Sawyer. Not putting them
Okay.
side by side for any reason, guys.
Not any reason.
No.
So I picked Corey Milcrest.
Hmm.
He, if you have watched Queen Charlotte, the Bridgerton kind of second series,
Yes.
he
Yes.
plays like the king in the young king
Oh.
in Queen Charlotte. So he's attractive, but still has like a very youthful, kind of funny appearance, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, which I
Yeah.
think works for that. So that's who I have for
Yeah,
Sawyer.
I agree. Yeah, he's sort of got that and I really don't want them to cast like everyone super good looking. Like, because I actually
Right.
feel like that
Right.
takes away from the grittiness of a series.
Hmm.
Like it's all nice to be like, oh, they're all good looking, but you need a bit of variation. They can still be really likable, but in sort of a not typically attractive way. So
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I agree with you. He's got that really nice. He's good looking, but he's not like super chiseled good looking.
Super. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Love it. Love it. All
Exactly.
right. This was actually a recommendation from someone, and they said that they thought he looked just like this person. Slightly older actor than probably what they should be, but Eddie Redmayne.
Oh, that would be so good. I love that. I think that's a really good,
He's got the
really good one.
freckles, he's got the blonde
Yes.
hair. Look, yes, he's a little bit older, but I think that he is he so is the epitome of like kind of Sawyer and what he is.
I
I
like that
did,
a lot.
yeah. I did also find though, if people want to go searching, I mean, because part of my research, guys, has just been looking up hot actors,
Me too.
hot
That same.
freckly actors, like just every possible hot actor. It's like I've been looking it up. Anyway, I found sort of an underground person, which will bring up the photo. Keegan Sean Doyle.
Mm.
You'll have to look him up.
I'll
He's
look
a
him up.
redhead, but he is very nice, ladies. He is very gorgeous indeed. So I would also be very happy for him. I have no idea what his acting chops are like, but he could also be our Sawyer.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, I'll look him up because so far I've like known everyone that you've brought up, but that's the one that I'm like, I have no idea who that is.
Yes, yes. No, I don't think you would without actually searching him, but I'll share his picture and then you'll thank me later. Okay, next on the list is Imogen.
Oh, okay. How about you go first? Because I've gone first a couple times.
Okay, all right.
I need to find one
I
that's
have now.
fair.
This is a very, again, a very A grade actor. I think she'd play an amazing Imogen. Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I really love that. Mine is not, I don't did not have like A-list actors for some of the side characters, but I
Oh,
love
I mean, is Scarlett Johansson going to agree to this? Probably
her.
not. But I could see her rocking the pink hair. I feel like she's got
Yeah.
that. I mean, obviously, she's very skilled in the action kind of, like movies and everything. So I could see her being a really good at that tough kind of actor. I know that was really the only person I could think of to come up with for Imogen. So I'm really keen. I know you said, did you have more than one for this
I
one?
have more
You
than
said you
one
had a really
person,
good
yeah.
one.
I actually have three for this one. I just came up with a lot sometimes. So, the first one is Sasha Cal.
Okay.
She's in The Flash. She plays like the main like female character in The
Yes.
Flash. And I
Yes.
think she has like colored hair in that too.
Nice.
The next one is Lachlan Watson, and they are in Sabrina, that show
Yes,
Sabrina.
yes.
And then the final one, and this is the one that I really, really like,
Okay.
is Mackenzie Lansing. And Mackenzie
Ooh.
Lansing is in the new Hunger Games movie. And I cannot tell you the name of her character off my head because it's kind of a side character, but I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, that is Imogen.
Oh,
Um, so
wow.
look them
Love
up
it.
and see what you think of
I am
Mackenzie.
loving everything I'm seeing in that new Hunger Games. I haven't actually gone and seen it yet, but I've just seen like the snippets and the TikToks and everything, and I'm
Yeah, it
obsessed.
was really good. I didn't really have a ton of interest in it, honestly. I don't know why. I don't know why. I should
Yeah, because
have.
it was so
I loved the
10
Hunger
years
Games
ago.
series growing up. But I just like saw it and loved it. And there are a couple of other Hunger Games
Well,
actors on my
hmm.
list
Do I
because I
also
was
have a few Hunger Games people in this
Ooh,
list? That is the
okay.
question. All right, we're getting a little closer to the main characters now, guys. We're working
Mhm.
our way up. My next character is Bodhi. Who do you have? Do you have a Bodhi?
I don't have somebody for Bodhi. I did not cast him. It was really hard because since he's supposed to look like Xaden, and I was like so focused on the Xaden character that I
I
just couldn't
know.
think of anyone who could look like
And
that.
and
So
guys, and I was the same, right? Until this person popped into my head because I was like, we're picking 5 people for Xaden, our top 5. And so I kind of felt like whoever misses out on my number one Xaden will probably be fine as
just be,
Bodhi.
yeah, right.
Yeah. However, in my car ride, I actually thought of this actor and I was like, oh my God, he would play an amazing Bodhi, and he is not on my Xaden list. And that is Gavin Casalegno from The Summer I Turned Pretty. Have you watched The Summer I Turned Pretty?
Oh, yes. I have somebody from that movie. I
Yes.
can't remember who now. I
So
have to go back to my notes.
anyone
But
that
yeah,
watches
that's perfect. That's a really good one.
Jeremiah from The Summer I Turned
Yeah.
Pretty, if you are Team Jellyfish, which I am Team Jellyfish, guys, I'm a massive Team Jellyfish now. I think because he's got those beautiful blue eyes. He's a
Yeah.
bit Zayden looking, but I didn't put him in my list because he was just a little bit too boyish for who I want to be Zayden.
Yeah, and
Whereas
Bodhi is younger, so that makes
exactly,
sense,
so
you
I actually
know?
think he would make a great younger brother character.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's
I
perfect.
tell me what you think, but I think he will be amazing. And oh my God, the chemistry that he brings to, I mean, not that Bodhi's got any love interest at this point in time in our books, but he plays a sensational love interest.
So I didn't have Bodhi, but I do have Garrick. Do you have Garrick on your list?
I do have Garrick on my list.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. Well, I guess we can do that one
Yeah.
next one. I was just
Yeah,
like,
no,
I want to
you're
make
right.
sure
You
since
go
we're
first. You
talking
tell me,
about
who
the
is your
game.
Garrick?
So my Garrick is Chance Perdomo.
Ooh,
He is also in the show Sabrina.
yes.
So you can tell like what shows I really watch
I know.
of
I'm
mine.
gonna have to watch
I
this
really
now.
like that show. He is a little bit older, a little bit he plays like a really funny character, but
Yep.
also a character who has a lot of like darkness in them. So they're like funny but kind of dark. And I feel
Yes.
like that's Garrick's
Yes.
vibe a little bit.
Yep. Yep.
And he's like tall and muscular, but wouldn't be so muscular that it would take away from Xaden. And like he's not like conventionally attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know,
Mhm.
if we get really, really famous and he listens to this podcast, please forgive me because you are attractive, Chance. You're just not like Xaden levels of attractive. So it would be
Level.
nice to have like Garrick sort of
No.
be a little more
It's so
average
hard.
looking.
Yep, yep. Now, like my Garrick, Dane and Xaden's were switching around. I was just so
Yeah.
hard. And look, because the other thing with Garrick is he's meant to be this big muscular, but trying to find a young actor who is big and muscular, there's just not that many of them around.
And that also don't like wouldn't take away from Xaden, you know? Like I do feel like they have to Xaden has to be the hottest guy on that show.
100, exactly,
You know,
100%.
like no like so, you know, they can't be hotter than whoever plays Xaden.
I know. Otherwise, we'll all just be like, why are you going for Xaden? Go for Garrick.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's
Yeah.
hot. I have gone with Noah Centino.
Oh, yes. He is a really good. Oh my gosh. As soon as you said that, I like can picture it. That's a really, really good pick.
Yes, he was on
Love
my
that pick.
Xaden list, right? He was on my Xaden list. And for anyone who doesn't
Okay.
know him, he's on The Recruit on Netflix. He is gorgeous. He could, as I say, he's almost in my top 5 for Xaden. And
He's
I
in
was
a lot of
hesitant about,
Netflix shows. Like
yes.
I've seen him in a lot of things, and it's so interesting how you pronounce because I've always said Noah Centineo. But yeah, I have who knows what's right.
Centino. I think it's Italian. I'm
Probably, yeah,
bringing
who
my
knows?
Australian accent. Have I even spelt that right? It could be wrong.
Um, but yeah, he's a really, really good pick for Garrick.
Love it. Love it. No, so good. All right. So my next person that I've got on my list is everyone's favorite lovable character, Ridoc.
Okay, I love Ridoc. Where is you go
I
first
feel
because
like
I'm
it
trying
was
to find my
so
Ridoc notes.
I wanted to pick someone that had comical chops. Like it's like they can't just look the part. They've also got to be funny and
Funny. Yeah,
lovable. Like that is a huge part of this character. All
yeah.
right.
So who
Do you
did
have
you pick?
someone? I picked Kingsley Ben Adir. So,
Who's that?
okay, he is on Barbie. He's on the Barbie movie. He's a comical actor. He is a little bit on the older side. I think he's 37 in real life. Mind you, he still looks really young. He plays one of the Kens in Barbie. You'll see him and you'll see his face and you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. You'll be like, oh, him. Yeah, I think he would play a great Ritter. He has those comical chops. I think he'd do a really, really nice job. He is a bit older though, so I do have a second option for him.
Okay.
The other one I've got is Justice Millard, who is in All the Bright Places.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I should watch that.
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen it either, but I saw him. He has a similar look, and I think that's a comedy movie as well. But he also totally looks the part, and he's more in that kind of mid-20s kind of age group. So he would also, I think, be a great option for Ridoc. So who
Okay.
did you pick?
I picked, so his name is Ross Lynch. So he is also in Sabrina.
Guys, Sabrina should just
yeah, I
transition
know.
all cast
It's
over.
so funny. I think I like once I started thinking of a show, it's like, you know, like my brain just kept going back to that. But he plays Harvey in the new Sabrina show,
Yeah.
and is really funny, but also kind of moody at
Mhm.
times in the show, which
Mhm.
tells me he has a lot of range, I guess.
Yeah.
So but he's funny, he's kind of goofy looking a little bit, you know, has like his hair, at least in the show, is like really tousled, which is how I always imagine Riddick. Like his
Yes.
hair is just always a mess, is how I imagine him. So that's who I picked.
Love it. Love it. So good. All right, guys. Now moving on to right now, this is a fairly big character in the show. Rhiannon. Who have you picked for Rhiannon?
I have 3 people for Rhiannon.
Love it. Love it. Bring it. Bring it on.
Okay, so and I'll tell you like 3, 2, 1, like in
Okay.
that preference order.
Okay.
So the bottom one is Jazz Sinclair. She is also in Sabrina. But she plays like the best friend of Sabrina in that show. Then I have Precious Mustafa, who's in the Winx saga on Netflix. I don't know if you've watched that show.
I
Um,
looked at that. I looked at that and I considered her for mine. She was like, if I probably had 3, she would have been on my list.
Okay,
So,
okay, perfect. Yeah.
love that.
And then my top one
Mhm.
is Rachel Zegler, who plays the main character in the new Hunger Games movie. The main like female love interest character.
Love
And she
it.
is like exactly what I imagine looking like
Yes.
it and being
She's
like.
gorgeous. Oh my God. I love everything that she does. Yeah,
Mhm.
no, she would play an amazing Rhiannon.
Yeah.
I actually struggled with this one a little bit because I was really thinking about Rhiannon's pretty strong. She's tall,
Mhm.
she's strong. And I was kind of thinking Halle Bailey initially until I saw that she's
Yeah.
about 1.5 meters tall. And I was like, she's going to be
Yes.
as tiny as Violet. I don't think that's exactly going to work from a height perspective
No.
to look like she's this big, strong dragon rider. So I've actually gone an actor who is probably way too old to play this, but it's a bit of a throwback. I guess I just want someone who is similar to her, and that is Gabrielle Union from the Bring It On movie.
Oh
Like
yeah. That would be good.
2001.
Yeah, the
Like my
2000
era.
version of Gabrielle Union. Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I
She would
think,
be really good.
she's strong. She has that just comical side as well. She's like 1.7 meters tall, so I think she'd definitely bring that strong dragon rider sort of feel to it. And yeah, I thought, like, apart from the fact that she's probably a bit aged out at this point, I think she'd play an amazing Rhiannon. But I
Yeah.
totally agree with you with the Winx Saga. That was totally that I can't remember who the actor's name is now. It's already gone from my head, but she was on
Precious
my list as
Mustafa.
well.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. Ooh, we've got a big one here. The blonde that everyone loves to love. This is an important one, guys. We have Liam. Oh my
Liam.
God, guys, it's getting hot and steamy in here.
Yeah.
Really hot here. Talking about these hot guys. It's gonna be hard work.
Yeah. And I'm saying that I picked people desperately hoping that this role is a big role, right? That it doesn't go away after 1.5 seasons. So my very first one is probably aged out a little bit. I have 2.
Oh, okay.
So the first one, I could only ever picture this person. Even when I was reading the book, this is who I pictured.
Yeah.
And it's Liam Hemsworth. It has to be like the name. It's just like that is who I always pictured was Liam Hemsworth.
He's made for it.
He is made for the role. Yeah, he's blonde. He's he's really funny and good-natured. He would, and I just feel like he would pull off that like best friend vibe, but also still being, because Violet says like
hasn't
he's
he?
really
He's done it before in the
attractive.
Hunger Games. Like
Yeah.
I agree with you. Like, because the Hunger Games, that sort of character, so similar to Liam of
Mhm.
Fourth Wing. You could
Mhm.
totally bring him back. And you know what? Those boys are not aging. I'm sorry, but the Hemsworth, they
That's
are
true.
not
They're
aging.
really
He could
not.
totally still play this character,
Yeah.
100%.
100%. Yeah. And then my second one is also maybe a little old, but I still really like this is Austin Butler. So he plays Elvis and is really attractive. Obviously not his Elvis voice. That does not track for me with Liam, but like when you just like hear him like in normal life,
Yes.
I think that's who would be a good Liam just from
Oh,
looks.
he would be such a good Liam. He's not on my list, but he's definitely someone that I have considered. He would play a sensational Liam. He's
Mhm.
just so hot, so gorgeous. All right. I have chosen interesting, similar genre, also from the Hunger Games, from the new Hunger Games. I've not watched this movie, but I am obsessed with this character, and he plays a great blonde. I have gone Tom Blythe.
Okay, that's really good. That's really good.
He is
I
so up
like
and
that.
coming. Like, and I don't know what that guy does, but whenever I see him on screen, he is hot. Like,
You have to go watch the movie.
have to go watch it. Like, if I
Yeah.
wasn't on a reading marathon, I would have already seen it by now. But I've been busy
In
on
all
a
your
reading
time.
marathon.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, love it. Love it. All right. Next one. A character that we don't we love to hate to love. Dane.
Yeah.
Dane. Who have you
I
picked?
have two people for Dane. And they're not super well known. So the second one is Jacob Dudman. So
Okay.
he is also in the Winx show, and he's
Yes.
in the show The Medicis on Netflix as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and kind of has like a little like kind of has like a baby face in a
Okay.
way, which is
Yeah.
how I kind of envision Dane, like attractive, but like with a little baby face. And
Oh.
then my top choice is Dylan Minnette from 13 Reasons Why. Because he
Oh.
also, and he like is kind of young looking in that movie,
Mm-hmm.
but he's older. Like if you look at pictures of him now, I feel like he looks older, but still again maintaining that like baby face that I always
Oh,
think of with Dane.
I love it. I love it. Oh, no, such good options. All right, I have chosen, and this may be a little bit of a shock because some people may be wondering why he's not on my Xaden list, right?
Okay.
This actor, as I said, I was flicking them around. Were they on my Xaden list or were they a Dane or a Garrick? But he has made it into Dane, and I've gone Jacob Elordi.
Who is that? I don't know who that
The
is.
Australian actor. Ah, so he
Apparently I picked a bunch of Australians, but not
Saltburn.
the
There's a big
famous
TikTok
ones.
sensation at the moment. He's in
Okay.
Saltburn. He's the new Elvis in the new Priscilla
Oh,
movie.
in the Priscilla movie. Okay,
All right, you're
okay.
gonna check him out. He is very hot, guys.
I will
He
look him
is
up.
gorgeous, a very up and coming actor, very tall. He I you say I considered him for Xaden, but I didn't think his features were, I don't know, not quite full lipped enough, not quite. I mean, and
Mm-hmm.
I know he's not a POC, so I felt
Yeah.
like he felt more into Dan. I could see him playing that little bit of a best friend, bad character, or very conflicted, that sort of thing. I felt like Jacob would actually do a really nice job at that. So for
Okay.
anyone that wanted him to be Xaden, I'm sorry that I haven't made that happen, but I think he would make an awesome Dane.
Hopefully our Xaden picks will make up for it.